Have you got fed up of ordering clothing and sending it back, not getting the right time and again? Not only you as the customer, but also it's a massive problem for retailers and tailors all over the world where they're getting returns on top of returns. So to solve this problem, we've created a simple ready-to-wear measure form that you can use and send directly to suppliers of clothing. Let's have a quick look at my preview video.
Welcome to our super brilliant order form for people buying ready to wear clothing and sending it to wherever they want and getting the correct size without loads of returns. It's a really simple process. All you have to do is use our order form, go through the system. We'll explain as you go down the system how to use it. Send it wherever you like. They will get a copy of your measurements and a link to the system, so everybody's working from the same sheet, cuts out lots of mistakes. It's a completely free to use sheet. We have got a more advanced sheet, which is our made to measure sheet, which is sending a tailor for a made to measure order. You may want to use that one, but if it's simple, it's a ready to wear garment, stay on this sheet. All I ask you to do is like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks very much for watching. And as I say, just follow me down. I'll be there to walk you through the form as you go down it, and we'll work through it together. Looking forward to doing it with you. Cheers.
There we go. So let's get cracking. The first part, you've obviously got to fill in your name and your email. When you do this, we're going to send you a lovely PDF with all your measurements and your details down there. Also, if you can either send a copy to whoever the store or the shop is that you're dealing with, or if you're collating a wedding order, you could put the event organizer's email there, and he or she would get a copy of everybody's measures as they're putting the measurements in, and then you can go online, find a great deal for whatever you want in. Now, we're going to work on a three-piece suit. However, on this form, if you select the other options, it will just basically hide all the options you don't need. So if you want to order a waistcoat, that's all you're going to get. But for here, we're going to run down a three-piece simply because that way I'm going to take you through the whole process and you can dip in and out wherever you want. We've got, would you like to use centimetres or inches? I'm going to use inches. The system we use allows you, the user, to work in inches or centimetres, and it also produces the report in inches and centimetres, so the retailer can work in whatever measurement that they like. For me, I'm 6'3", so I'm 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 75 inches, 6'3". Now I'm going to calculate my height. Now when it calculates my height, you get your little green tick box and you go next. And the point of calculating your height is it's going to give you a rough idea of your sleeve length, your jacket leg and your inside leg. It's not going to be spot on, but it's going to give you an idea that you're in the right ballpark area. We ask for a single or double breasted jacket. Now this might sound a strange option, but we do it so that when we get to this waist measure, you'll come to that we're in the right ballpark. It will all become clear. Let's have a quick look how we'd measure our finished jacket chest.
Measuring the jacket. Bearing in mind the whole philosophy of personal tailoring online is to work with finished garments, we need a good accurate chest measure to get the ball rolling. Firstly, you lay the jacket down flat on the table, making sure there's no spare material at the back of the jacket. Measure from underneath the armhole across the jacket to underneath the second armhole. Here you can see I've got 23 inches, which would double in that would give me 46 inches as a finished chest garment measure.
There we go. Quick tips on this. Make sure that the jacket you're using fits you well. Also make sure that you're not going to be putting lots of things in your pockets. Ideally you're not, but if you're going to be putting a lot of things in your chest pocket, you may want to increase this measure an inch. But for me, I'm going to go for 44, which is my finished chest. The reason we work off garments is because as different garments fit, some people like an easier fitting jacket, some like a snug fitting jacket. But if you've got something that's in that ballpark and you calculate your measurements, you're going to get something that's pretty damn near. We're now calculated as measurements. And this is, as you can see, give me a ballpark of my half waist jacket measurement. Let's have a quick look how that jacket measurement is taken.
Measuring the garment waist. Lay the jacket down, measure the centre of the waist from just above the pocket, from the front of the jacket to the central seam at the back of the jacket.
Obviously, if you're quite slim, you're going to probably nip this measurement down a bit, and if you're a little bit big, it might be higher. So let's say for this one, you're a little portly fella, a little bit of a stomach, it may be a bit extra. We'll put that measurement in. 2 more measurements to go. We're halfway there on jacket. Let's have a look how we measure the finished jacket length.
Measuring your jacket length. Lay your jacket down on a table, measure from where the undercollar, the felt, meets the fabric. Measure to the bottom of the jacket and record that measure.
Here I'm going to put in my jacket measurement and then move down to my finished sleeve.
Measuring the jacket sleeve. Lay the jacket down flat on a table. Measure from where the shoulder seam meets the sleeve head directly down to the bottom of the sleeve and record the measure.
Record the measurement that you've taken. Now we're going to jump down to the trouser waist. Now the first thing you're going to realise about your trouser waist is you're working to a finished garment waist. Everybody I measure thinks that they're about 3 inches less than what they actually are. So you're now going to measure a pair of trousers that fit you and be surprised at the number that comes out.
Measuring the trouser waist, fasten the trousers, lay the trousers flat on the table, put your tape measure to the edge of the trouser, take it to the other edge of the trouser. Here I'm recording a measure of 19.5, which I'm going to double. It's a 39-inch trouser waist.
That is my actual trousers. Now I've got a 39 waist on there. The jeans, if I go buy a pair of jeans, I can sometimes get into a 36. It's the most commonly made mistake when people order clothing online from tailors or from people for weddings and things like that. We've now calculated the other measurements and we've got an inside leg that's worked out from your height. Let's just double check how we'd check our trouser leg.
Inside leg. Lay the trousers flat on a table and measure from where the seams intersect at the fork and measure down to the hem of the trousers. Here I'm recording a measurement of 32 inches.
Depending on the style, if you like your trousers, there's a little fashion trend at the moment showing a little bit of sock. It may be a little bit less, and also a lot of people like the trousers to land on their shoe with a crease, in which case it may be a bit more. But remember that our calculated measurements are a guide, so you know you're roughly in the ballpark and you're not miles and miles away. We're now going to jump on and have a quick look at the waistcoat. We're flying it with jackets done, trousers done. We're now on waistcoat. Let's have a look how we would measure our waistcoat chest.
Measuring the waistcoat or vest chest. Lay the garment on a flat surface and measure from under the armhole to under the armhole across the garment, making sure there's no spare material. Here I'm recording a measurement of 23 inches, which would be a 46-inch finished chest.
That's now working out that my calculated front length should be that measurement from my height. Let's have a quick look at how we're going to measure the front of my waistcoat.
Measuring the length of the waistcoat. Lay the waistcoat flat on a surface and measure from the centre back of the waistcoat back, down past the opening of the waistcoat and down to the bottom of the garment. Here I'm recording a measure of 31.5 inches.
As I say, lots of tailors and stores work differently, but if every one of you, customers and store owners, retailers and tailors work off this system, we're all using the same system, gets rid of the fog. How to measure your waistcoat waist?
The waistcoat waist. Lay the garment flat on a table, making sure there's no surplus fabric at the back. Measure from the side seam at the centre of the waistcoat across to the side seam at the other side of the waistcoat. Here I have a measure of 22, which will give me a finished waist of 44 inches.
Put in your number that you get there, and we've nearly cracked it. We're on how to measure the back length of your waistcoat. We're flying.
Measuring the waistcoat back. Turn the waistcoat over. Measure from the top of the waistcoat at the back neck to the hem. Here you can see I'm recording a measure of 24 inches.
We've got a little box here. Now this is more important on made to measure, but if you've got any particular problems that you might have when you're buying, let the store owner know here. So for example, I have a large seat. Tick to confirm, submit. There you go. Now you can download your measurements for your own keeping, and you can also send them on to your preferred people. Hope you've enjoyed using this system. I hope it saves you money and time, and I hope it saves the tailor or the store or whoever you're working with time. Thanks very much. Don't forget to like my YouTube because it gives more people the chance to save time and money. Thank you very much. Bye for now.